positions have been pretty intense also.
Revs are up, and the gate is down. Specialized sight lap is complete. We're battling for the Stasic Hole Shot Award now. Might that be the 41?
81. Kylie Stallings getting the whole 81. Shot credit there, but we may have a different new leader, early leader in this class, so we'll have to sort that one out. Some yellow flags coming out of the
oh man,
hole shot forest over there. Some of the girls try to get themselves picked back up and put back on the two wheels, and here we go, get them sorted out coming into the 10 Commandments, Jason Wygant.
Well, it's still that 81 out front after getting the hole shot, quickly followed by the 54 and the 24 as they go through the 10 Commandments. So the hole shot goes to Kylie Stallings, and she continues to lead it. 54, Cami Samples, who has been battling up front in this class for a while. She is right in the mix as well as they head to Storyland, and there's the entire pack in this girls 11 to 16 division.
Cami could be one of these riders too that we want to keep an eye on. Hails out of Cairo, Georgia. We all know what comes out of there. MTF, the Millsaps Training Facility. One of her key sponsors that she's got listed on her sheet here. So I know that Cami's going to be a tough one to beat out there. The 81 machine that got the early lead, Kylie Stallings, another formidable opponent. She's a part of that monster army backed by Fox, Dunlop, and also the Renard training complex. So with training, both of these girls coming out of training compounds and complexes and such, you know these front two are going to be tough ones to beat, and it's also going to be a war waged between these two and maybe more as this race wears on.
Yeah, I'm going to start my own facility. I'm going to call it the Wygant Training Complex Compound MX. We're just going to get all the names. A facility, I got to throw that in there as well. Facility. The Wygant Compound Complex Facility MX. That's going to be the name of it. We're just going to take all of the best and put it all into one gigantic name. Kylie Stallings has not done that. She is not stalling. She got the whole shot. She continues to hold the lead.
Ooh.
It's Katie Benson and Cami Samples who have had this battle for second going throughout the whole first lap. Sophia Phelps is fourth. Lena Randolph is fifth. Anicia Ingersoll, Landry Hazen, Mackenzie Brocat, Madison Casimir, and Sophia Hulsey. That is your top 10 at the end of lap number 1. So right now, Kylie Stallings in the lead, but it's the second place battle that is stolen the headlines. Benson and Samples really duking it out here.
Well, as we roll through this second lap of racing, talking about Katie Benson, Katie's been a formidable opponent in this class for many, many years, several years now. She is still AMA 16. I think she just turned 17 not too long ago. So this is her last trip in this girls 11 to 16. And I know she came so close last year, if memory serves me correct, to getting a championship in this class. And she comes back this year, one last-ditch effort to try and make it happen. She also had a pretty strong finish earlier today, if I'm not mistaken, in the women's class. So as Benson is progressing and battling for what we could see maybe at the end of this week, a possible championship, she's also making the transition into the women's class also. So seeing a good strong ride out of her earlier today in that class also.
Got some old school memories we're looking at here. Kevin Kelly up in the tower. Remember we had that dodgeball tournament? I completely embarrassed myself. Yeah, that was good times.
We heard about it yesterday.
Oh, really? Brought that up. Yeah. You don't bring up when they had the dunk tank here and I was just taking people out like a flamethrower out of the bullpen. That never gets brought up. Yeah, I understand.
That happened?
Yep. The news, I know how it is. The news only covers the negative, not the positive. I understand. Here's some positive news right now. If you're Katie Benson, you've got Kylie Stallings right in front of you in a battle for the lead. It is developed, Rodney. Wow. Benson is going for it.
There it is. Coming around the Polysport Beach now. It's almost side by side. She's got the inside line. We're talking about the 28 machine.
No, it's my bad. That's actually Samples, I believe, has made the move for second and is now trying to take over the lead. Do I have that right?
Oh, okay.
No, I'm wrong again. That's here's why.
Yeah.
Our screen says it's Yamaha, but that is not a Yamaha. So it is Katie Benson going for the lead. Look at this power move on the outside, Rodney.
Oh, man, she's got those elbows up on the inside, coming around the outside of that billboard, and still with the lead, the 81 of Kylie Stallings as we head around the Yamaha Mechanics area now.
Wow, that was close. They basically played a game of chicken and who was going to break later into that corner around the billboards. Stallings, Benson, Samples in third, Sophia Phelps and Landry Hazen rounding out your top 5.
Heading into the short chutes now as we head toward the 10 Commandments. This might be a good place for Katie Benson to make a move. She looks like she's trying to set up for an inside line here, but actually she follows the 81 of Stallings through this one, so we'll see if she can gain some time. Stallings going to the inside, trying to gain that inside line coming out of the 10 Commandments. Benson on the outside now. She tries to slingshot around the outside. They're side by side heading into Storyland, but momentum advantage to Stallings aboard the 81 machine as they roll into Storyland.
Looking back at last year's results in this class, Stallings 7th overall with 877 scores as Benson now able to take the lead. You mentioned last year, she's got vengeance on the mind. She went 1-1-5 last year and ended up second in this series to Michaela Nielsen. So that's, everything this year, Katie Benson has been focused on getting that title that slipped away a year ago, and now she's got the lead in this moto.
Well, I'll tell you what, the focus on this class allows, I believe, things to lighten up for her in the women's class, and that may be why we saw such what I thought was a really strong ride. I can't remember exactly where Katie finished earlier today, but I think it was right inside the top 10 of the women's class or close to a top 10 finish out there. So we're seeing some great progression out of this young lady as she nears the completion of this next lap. This will be the end of lap number 3, and if she can hang on to it through this final turn in those last couple of jumps, she will complete this 3rd lap in the number 1 position. Last time around, she turned to 214.257 with a .888 lead over Kylie Stallings, the number 81 machine. This time around, a 2:15 lap time and a 1.525 second lead over now Kylie Stallings, who drops back on the 81. Stallings turning a 2:17.648. The fastest lap of the moto so far has been by Katie Benson. She did that on lap 2, but was only 1 second off that pace there in lap number 3, but still able to make that pass and start establishing a little bit of dominance.
And yeah, once Benson got a hold of it, she is looking to hold all the way to the end. But remember, last year was the 1-1-5. Look to have it in control. So everyone knows, if we watch Cammie Samples right now, 3rd on that number 54, everyone knows no leader is safe to the end. And in this girls class, similar to what you see in the women's division and some of the age classes, you do not have it ranked on skill level, and 11 to 16 is a huge age gap. So lap traffic often becomes a big factor out here. Certainly different than, say, an A class where everybody is at A level. So you'll see some lap traffic, but not as much as in some of these other classes where riders vary greatly on ages, even the type of equipment that they ride. Give you the full rundown. Sophia Phelps is 4th, Landria Hazen 5th, Anicia Ingersoll 6th, Lania Randolph 7th, Mackenzie Bricado, Madison Casimir, and Adeline Malcolm rounds out the top 10. That's brought to you by Parts Unlimited and Thor. Also, we'll give you the rest of the top 20. You got Lashlyn Turner, Sophia Halsey is 12th, Zaya Zinganti is 13th, Brighton Richards 14th, Destiny Powers in 15th, Ginger Osgood 16th, Sophia Barker 17th, Regan Fowler, Sarah Hale, Caitlin Lane rounding out the top 20. And that's, of course, brought to you by Monster Energy, who is our title sponsor this year. Brought a lot of cool new things to Loretta's, the big video boards, 3 different viewing areas, and also going to be a ton of really cool video content coming your way. They got kids smoking those laptops, having to dump water and ice on them. Those laptops are working so darn hard down there with all the video stuff that Monster is producing from here at the ranch. Right now, Katie Benson continues to lead 4 laps into this girls 11 to 16 division.
9 minutes on the race clock so far, Jason White. Again, as you said, 4 laps in for our top, our top riders checking in at the moment. It is Benson, Stallings, Cammie Samples, Sophia Phelps now in 4th, Landria Hazen 5th, Anissa Ingersoll 6th. Actually, she drops back. Lena Randolph gains a position there on board the number 60 into 6th. That drops Anisha Ingersoll back into the number 7 spot. Mackenzie Bricado in the number 8 spot. Adeline Malcolm in 9th, and Madison Casimir now rounds out your top 10 as we continue to roll here in the girls 11 to 16. This is nearing the halfway point this time around. We'll probably see the cross flags as we will be well into the 10-minute time zone of this first moto of racing for this girls 11 to 16-year-old class. More motos still coming up after this. Still plenty of great racing. For whatever reason, I thought this was the last race of the day today, but obviously not. We've got Super Mini 2 to come. That's coming up next. There's 13 to 16-year-old riders and 250C Junior, the 12 to 17 limited class. Going to round out the day of racing today. So still plenty more racing to go here at the Dude Ranch on a Monday. It is our first
Tuesday, bro.
Tuesday.
You're on the East Coast time, and you got the wrong day of the week.
And I'm a day behind, but I'm on the right moto right now. I know we are on Moto 1, and that is the important part.
Okay. All right. Congratulations.
I do have one thing right, and that's what counts is the motos. It's not what day it is or what time it is. It's the moto we're on, and we are in Moto 1. And we are on race 18.
Look, let's be honest. We were all on lockdown quarantine at some point this year, and the days just blended together. What was the difference between a Monday and a Tuesday or a Sunday?
I lost a day every week during quarantine.
Of just being full blacked out?
Something like that.
Really? Not surprised.
I was actually very productive during the quarantine. I got more done. I spent more time with my family. Actually, you talked about it yesterday.
Same here.
Stuff. I'll be honest, it was a blessing. I was kind of disappointed, to be honest with you, that whenever we did go back, I was like, man, just one more week. Just one more week. What I could have done with one more week during that quarantine would have been great, but at the same time, it was such a blessing to get back. And like I say, the Safe to Race Committee coming up with everything that they did, but it was the hard work of Kerry Russell and Tim Cotter and several other folks that really brought this all together for us.
Am I part of this sample size right here? All right, they're hooking us up here. Huh? All right.
Mega.
Certainly now I'm on Team Mega. If we're getting hookups up on the tower, Megawatt, you're my best friend. Kevin, get out of here. You did nothing for me.
Literally ribs falling off the bone right there. And falling apart in my my dog. And the taste. Okay, I did a fight club here, a barbecue fight club, pay-per-view, with Rob Biden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was there doing sound with AG Video. And anyway.
What event was this?
It was the one where they did the Flat Track Fight Club.
You were at Flat Track Fight Club, Rodney.
I was at Flat Track.
Wow.
And we also did a barbecue fight club.
Okay.
And this right here rivals the barbecue that we had up there. And I want to say good things about my good buddy Adam Gordon, our producer here. AG Video, man, it does a great job on putting those kind of great shows together.
Yeah, the Fight Club is really fun. Moto Fight Club, FMX Fight Club, and Flat Track. Those are my buddies there with Jared Mees, Brian Smith, Ryan Sipes competing in every event. He probably competed in the barbecue Fight Club. We're watching the 81 of Kylie Stallings. She had the whole shot in this one at her Husqvarna. Led a couple laps. Katie Benson was able to get around her, and she has been on an island since. She's trying to keep Cami Samples from closing in, and that's hard to do with all this lap traffic. There is the 28-year leader, Katie Benson. Revenge on the mind after losing out last year. Oh, we'll dig into that. Don't worry. We're just trying to announce.
Don't take it anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, total teamwork up here. We don't miss a moment.
You know that.
No worries. We're going to get a visitor up here for, yep.
All right. We're going to have a special guest in the house. I don't want to tell anybody who it is, but wow, those folks at home are about to get themselves a nice little treat. Yeah.
So Benson lead is 12 seconds. And again, I can't tell you enough what this must have been like for her to lose that championship at the final moments of the third moto last year after she came into it with a 1-1. 360 some days later, she's got a chance to start on the revenge tour, and she is hungry for it, just like Rodney is for this food up in the tower. She is starving for moto wins. Katie Benson.
I'll tell you, if a win is anything as good as these ribs right here.
It's the taste of victory as sweet as these ribs.
Wow, I tell you.
Yeah. How did it feel to eat those ribs? Tell us how it felt. Take me through your meal, Rodney.
Well, as I dug it, we got racing on the racetrack. I'll do this in between motos. Ask me about this after I've swallowed, after I've eaten all of it. I'll tell you about the whole thing.
Well, that's how you're doing it. You're just swallowing it. 28, Benson. We gave you the top 15 rundown, but I'll give it to you again. That was 2 laps ago. We mentioned Samples in third, trying to catch up to Kylie Stallings in second. And you got the 44 of Landry Hazen in 5th behind Sophia Phelps, who's in 4th. Lena Randolph 6th, Aiden Malcolm 7th, Anicia Ingersoll, Mackenzie Bricado, and Madison Casimir. That is your top 10, brought to you by Thor. Time running out on this one.
15 minutes. 15
White
minutes.
flag is out.
You want to flip a rib and see who goes down?
I'm going to break a wishbone rib. I got it, bro.
All right. So Jason Wygant making his way down to the winner's circle as we'll head down to the Monster Podium here in just a few moments. And, of course, looks like we will be meeting Miss Katie Benson down there as she is on her way to what she hopes to be the national championship in this girls 11 to 16, the one that eluded her a year ago here at the Dude Ranch. As the checkers are out, Katie Benson takes a Moto 1 win. Kylie Stallings will come across the line in that number 2 position. Well, that's what we're expecting to see. She had a 1.8 second lead over Cammie Samples heading into the last lap, and there you go. Stallings and Samples coming by about 1.1 seconds apart, and about 12 seconds back of Katie Benson. That's your top 3 in now, and another 9 seconds or so back to Sophia Phelps as she checks in aboard the number 56 now. In the 5th place position, the 44 of Landry Hazen. We got Lena Randolph, the number 60, checking in that number 6 position. Oh, wait a minute. Adela Malcolm also right there in the thick of things. We'll see how they finish up here. Jason, when you're ready to go, you can let me know, bro. Adela, yeah, Malcolm gets by for the 6th place position here on the final lap. Lena Randolph will finish up in the number 7 spot. Anisha Ingersoll in the 8th place position. Mackenzie Bricado in 9th, and Madison Casimir. She'll round out your top 10 in our girls 11 to 16-year-old class. As we roll through our first motos here at Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship at Loretta, Lynn's. And down to the podium where one very well-deserving winner, about ready to talk about that Moto gold.
So our top 3 is set in this one. Katie Benson taking the win. Kylie Stallings the whole shot in 2nd, and Cammie Samples will round out the top 3. And we've already got the race winner up on the podium, so we'll start right there. Good job, everybody, keeping everything in order down here. All right, she's got the gold medal. It's time to thank some people and talk about the race. Let's hear it for Katie Benson, our Moto winner. I've got to imagine you got almost a year now of just thinking about this race, trying to get revenge and get this title. Has that been the goal all along?
Yeah, this year I'm just definitely trying to stay consistent unlike last year.
All right, how'd it go in this Moto? Seemed pretty good.
It was great. I mean, I got off to an okay start, and then I just found her lines in front of me, and I just found my better lines and went around her.
All right, congratulations. Who do you want to thank, Katie?
My mom and dad, my grandfather, Shelby, the Caldwells, Knox, Eddie, and Jess, Monster Army, FMF, Bell Helmets, Lit, Expert Pest Control, O'Neill, and everyone else. Thank you.
She wants the title badge. She has the first Moto. Let's hear it for Katie Benson. All right. Kylie Stallings got 2nd and the whole shot in this one. So we'll have Kylie come on up. Come on up. Congratulations. Going to get the silver and a chance to thank some people as well. So a couple laps led in the books. Stasic Whole Shot Award and 2nd place. Let's hear it for Kylie Stallings. Yeah. How'd it feel leading here at the Loretta Lynn's Ranch?
Oh, it was good. So I came off to the whole shot, and I just tried to stay consistent. I faded towards the end, and I got stuck behind a couple lappers, but, you know, that's racing. And I just try to stay, consistent and not make too many mistakes.
All right, you did that. You got 2nd. Who do you want to thank for it?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my parents, my trainer, Robbie Raynard, Fox, Monster, Roost, Ajax, and anybody else I forgot. Oh, Dunlop, and anybody else I forgot. Thank you guys so much.
Kylie Stallings, 2nd place, and the Stasic Whole Shot Award. And